Hello. Today I'm going to be discussing the use of the direct method in today's classrooms. The direct method is still being used in today's classrooms, particularly in our immersion programs. In their book, A Brief History of Language Learning, Richards and Rogers outline this method as being characterized by such procedures as classroom instruction being conducted exclusively in the target language, maintaining a focus on everyday conversational skills, and teaching grammar inductively. Coupled with the additional principle of no translation allowed, cited from Howitt and Smith's journal article, The History of Teaching English as a Foreign Language from a British and European Perspective, this method most certainly inspired the French immersion programs in which I participated as a child. Despite Richards and Rogers' assertion that this method lacks a sound basis in applied linguistic theory, it is clearly still in frequent use today. The reason for this is simple. Because of a lack of education in the theoretical approaches to language development, it is natural for untrained language teachers to fall back on the methods of instruction they themselves experienced as students. As I mentioned, I experienced the use of the direct method as a child, as did many of my peers, making this a familiar method of language instruction for a whole generation of teachers. On the surface, the direct method does appear to have merit. Students who learn a language through the direct method of instruction are able to carry on passable conversations in the target language, with their meaning being generally understood. In their article entitled An Analysis of Language Teaching Approaches and Methods, Effectiveness and Weakness, Liu and Shi explained that the techniques and procedures associated with the direct method mimic children's acquisition of their first language. Therefore, this goal of conversational language use is suitable and effective for young children in elementary school, meaning that elementary school teachers may not see the flaws inherent in this method. However, as language needs become more abstract and more complex in secondary schools, the method begins to lose its effectiveness. With instruction conducted exclusively in the target language, teachers may be called on to perform what Richards and Rogers refer to as verbal gymnastics in order to explain an abstract concept when simple translation would be much more effective. Unfortunately, the needs of older learners have not been satisfactorily met by the direct method of instruction, and a greater emphasis needs to be placed on reading, writing, and learning complex grammatical structures. This will ensure their success in higher education or even in communicating in real-life situations. Until language teachers are required to study the theory behind language learning, however, it is unlikely that the use of the ineffective but familiar direct method will wither away. Thank you.